proudly presents the 2024 16th Region Baseball All-Star Game live from the Grayson Sports Park in Grayson, Kentucky. Now let's head to the field for the pregame show and the 16th Region Baseball All-Star Game live on Cool TV.
And good evening from Grayson Sports Park here in Grayson, Kentucky, the heart of the parks. James Carter, happy to have you along with us here as we get ready to celebrate our 16th Region All-Star Game between the Hitchens Tigers and the Pritchard Yellow Jackets. That was the names that Jeremiah Shear put together for the two teams, and those are the two teams that consolidated back in the early 70s to make East Carter. And the Raiders, being the 16th Region champs, they're the host team. So that was the decisions that he made. But we've got a full collection of players from around the 16th region here tonight, and we'll play a 7-inning exhibition game. Should be a fun night. It always is. Beautiful playing surface here. Turf infield, grass outfield. Sun covered up by the clouds. Hopefully those clouds don't continue to push in a little bit of moisture, but we hope they'll stay away. But either way, we're happy to be here tonight as we get ready to start off this event. We'll take a break. We come back. We will meet our starting lineups and get you ready for first pitch. It's the Hitchens Tigers and the Pritchard Yellow Jackets in the 16th Region Baseball All-Star Game live from Grayson, Kentucky in the Grayson Sports Park. And our coverage continues after this on Cool TV.
Discover the convenience of Clark's Pump and Shop, your go-to local pit stop. Clark's proudly serves your neighborhood with new locations popping up just around the corner. Swing by today and indulge in a selection of your favorite snacks and drinks. We're committed to elevate your on-the-go taste experience. Clark's Pump and Shop is your premier destination for all things convenience and satisfaction. Stop by today at a Clark's Pump and Shop near you. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family, because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations, or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
Temperatures are on the rise, and so is the bite, and Border Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lou, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter what species of fish you are targeting, Borders has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders has baits in every size and style with a wide selection of tackle from Berkley, Strike King, Zoom, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Back here in Grayson at the Grayson Sports Park, getting ready for the 16th Region Baseball All-Star Game between the Hitchens Tigers and the Pritchard Yellow Jackets. Let's meet our starting lineups. We'll start first with the visitors. This is the Hitchens Tigers. They'll be in the first base dugout wearing the dark jerseys. Leading things off, it'll be Raceland's Parker Phantom. Batting second is East Carter's Tate Scott. Batting third from Raceland, Braden Hunter. Rowan County's Hunter Hampton will be the cleanup hitter. Raceland's Eli Lynn will bat fifth. Ty Scott from East Carter will bat sixth. Caden Short of Raceland bats seventh. Jackson Barker from East Carter bats eighth. Tamel Smith from Fairview bats ninth. L.J. Murphy out of Ashland will bat 10th. Brody Boggs from West Carter bats 11th. Xavier Prater from Lewis County bats 12th. And Tanner Reese out of Fairview will bat 13th. Again, Fannin, Scott, Webb, Hampton, Lind, Scott, Shore, Barker, Smith, Murphy, Boggs, Prater, and Reese. Now the starting lineup for the home team on the scoreboard, the Pritchard Yellow Jackets. Kyle Mokas out of Russell will lead things off. Bradley Atkins from Greenup will bat second. Andrew Tomalonis out of East Carter bats third. The cleanup hitter is Blake Hall from East Carter. Jay Smith from Bath County bats fifth. Grant Slater out of Boyd County bats sixth. Gavin Sexton from East Carter bats seventh. Brogan Jones out of Boyd County will bat eighth. Elijah Hankins from Russell bats ninth. Josh Kelly from Boyd County bats 10th. Braden Russos from Bath County bats 11th. Austin James out of Fleming County bats 12th. Caleb Gray from Boyd County bats 13th. Cohen Underwood out of Greenup County bats 14th. And Parker Trusty from Morgan County will bat 15th. Again, Mokas, Atkins, Tomalonis, Hall Smith, Slater, Sexton, Jones, Hankins, Kelly, Russos, James, Gray, Underwood, and Trusty. 300 down the lines, 330 in the power alleys, 360 to straightaway center field. Turf infield, natural surface outfield. And we'll meet our starting lineups. And
first, representing East Carter, number 10, Blake Hall. Number 35, Gavin Sexton. And number 3, Andrew Tomalonis. Representing
our crew tonight, our executive producer is Trey Collier. Our technical engineer and instant replay is Jeff Irwin. Camera operators, Felicia Collier and Jacob Hankins. The Pritchard Yellow Jackets team will be in the third base dugout, occupying the white jerseys. 7-inning ball game.
Representing Greenup County, number 4, Cohen Underwood.
This has been at least close to 10 years, if not 10 years, that this game has been going on. Kind of got started back with a couple of guys off social media that put it together, and then just work kind of took over, and they didn't have time to continue to put it together, and the coaches kind of took over from there, and it became a deal to where the team that wins the region gets to play host. And East Carter this year, winners of the 16th region, and I contacted Jeremiah and I said, you going to do this year? And he said, yeah, I think we want to if we can have it at the sports park. And I said, well, no, that would be a phenomenal place to do it. So softball had theirs last week. We were unable to do it because we were not in town. But this one in play tonight. We're happy to be here. As a lot of these guys, seniors, that get a chance to put their jersey on one final time. So it'll be a fun night of baseball, to say the least.
Number 14, Eli Lind. Representing East Carter, number 17, Ty Scott.
Graceland, you've got 3 different jerseys they're wearing tonight. They've got the black, the orange, and the gray.
Number 19, Jackson Barker. Representing Fairview, number 0, Tamel Smith. Number 10, Tanner Reese. Representing Ashland, number 1, LJ Murphy. Number 5, Caden Church. Representing West Carter, number 7, Brody Boggs. Representing Rowan County, number 30, Hunter Hampton. Representing Lewis County, number 35, Xavier Prater. And representing Lewis County, number 7, Kaysen Roberts.
Only person I know exactly where they'll be on the field for the moment is Andrew Tomalonis is going to pitch for the home team, the Pritchard Yellow Jackets. Caden Shore will go for the visitors. All right, we'll take a break for the national anthem. We come back, we'll play some baseball. It's the 16th Region Baseball All-Star Game live from Grayson, Kentucky after this on Cool TV.
I got kicked off campus, but they let me back on because my dad knew the dean.
Kentucky High School Baseball Coaches Hall of Fame in 1999.
All right, back here real quickly. We're going to do the first pitch ceremony with
one of only 3 head
Coach
baseball
J.P.
coaches
Coons.
in the 53-year existence of East Carter baseball. Please join us in welcoming Hall of Famer Coach J.P. Coons.
Coach Coons spikes one in there, but Jones knocks it down nicely. So J.P. Coons, one of only 3 coaches in the history of East Carter, and the legendary coach at that as well. Won a state title, the only title in the history of East Carter back in '84. All right, now we'll take a break for the national anthem. We'll play some baseball after this on Cool TV.
Give me that ooey gooey, crispy, crunchy, mouth watering. Give me that meaty, treaty, zesty, bestie, garlic, saucy. Give me that dippy, doughy, melty topping, pepperoncini popping. Give me that cheesy, saucy, tossy, Papa John's. Give me that foldy, pepperoni, tantalizing. Give me that choco chicky, sticky, sweetie, hypnotizing. Give me that dippy, drippy, drummy, whipping, Papa wanging. Give me that cheesy, saucy, tossy, Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some. Now I'm talking about, yeah.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today. That's Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Other restrictions may apply.
Discover the convenience of Clark's Pump and Shop, your go-to local pit stop. Clark's proudly serves your neighborhood with new locations popping up just around the corner. Swing by today and indulge in a selection of your favorite snacks and drinks. We're committed to elevate your on-the-go taste experience. Clark's Pump and Shop is your premier destination for all things convenience and satisfaction. Stop by today at a Clark's Pump and Shop near you. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
Temperatures are on the rise, and so is the bite, and Border Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lou, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter what species of fish you are targeting, Borders has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders has baits in every size and style with a wide selection of tackle from Berkley, Strike King, Zoom, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Good look at Andrew Tomalonis, the fireballer for the East Carter Raiders. He'll have the ball for the first inning for his Pritchard Yellow Jackets team. Defensively behind him, left to right, it'll be Slater, Hall, and Atkins. Third to first, Smith, Hankins, Mokas, and Russos. Brogan Jones behind the dish, catching out of Boyd County. Our umpiring crew for this exhibition matchup, Bradley Cherry will have the plate. Garrett Kitchen will be on the bases. Seven-inning ball game will play here tonight. Cloud cover is settled in nicely in the area, so that's kind of really cooled things down nicely after pushing up around 85 today. But very cool here at the ballpark since the cloud cover has kind of settled in, and we've dropped down a little bit with our actual temperature as well as the real feel. So Fannin, Scott, and Webb, the three that'll go for the Hitchens Tigers. Parker Fannin out of Rayson will lead things off. Fannin, a .405 hitter on the season, 47 hits, 26 driven in, 3 doubles, 23 walks. And he was a kid that when he got on base, good things happened on the base paths.
Leading off the top of the first, number 10, Parker Fannin.
So Tomalonis will toe the rubber. as he peeks in at his battery mate, Brogan Jones, and pipes in the first pitch, and it's slapped over toward the first baseman. Russo snaps it, steps on the bag, and there's one pitch and one away. And this ball game is underway at 9:06. Cloudy conditions, 84 degrees.
Next up for the Tigers,
First
number
pitch
16,
temperature.
Tate Scott.
So it brings in Tate Scott out of East Carter. Scott, a .465 hitter, 40 hits, 20 driven in, 9 doubles with 22 walks. He'll go to work on his teammate, Andrew Tomalonis, who starts off a first pitch breaking ball that misses for a ball. That's the fun part when you get this, is when you get teammates that go at each other. Fastball misses high. It's 2-0. Braden Webb out of Raceland waits. He'll go next. 2-0 breaking ball. Misses low. 3-0. Scott, another one of those kids. He worked from the top of the order, and he gets on. Good things happen. He swings at the 3-0 pitch. A hot chopper back towards second base, and Mokas can't make a play on it. It'll be an infield single. I think if Mokas had fielded it cleanly either way, that Scott was going to be there because he did got the hot chop on the
Tigers,
bounce.
Number 5, Braden Webb.
So brings in Raceland's Braden Webb.
Traffic's up.
Webb, .333 hitter.
Traffic's in.
There goes the runner, and sliding in safely is Scott with the stolen base. Two-0. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. It's 2-1. Webb, a big stick from the left-handed side. Has long ball power. Tomalonis will look back to second base as he takes a look at his teammate Scott. This one's sent foul over on the third base side and out of play, and the count evens at 2-2. One down in the inning, run around at second base. A Scott with the infield single and a stolen base. Over towards the shortstop, excuse me. Strong throw is in time. That was from Hankins. It will move the runner, and there's 2 down in the inning.
Now batting number 30, Hunter Hampton.
So Scott over at third, now Hunter Hampton in. Hopper over toward Mokas. He'll field and throw. And that ends the first. The Tigers threaten, but the Yellow Jackets keep them off the board. They'll come to the plate when we return after this on Cool TV.
Family-owned business with new owners and team sales. To celebrate, Grayson Sporting Goods has a big sale on sportswear. Get transfers. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 3. Check with Grayson Sporting Goods for extended seasonal hours.
Where does your money go? When you bank with us, your deposit becomes your neighbor's loan. A real estate agent sells a house. They get a commission. They deposit it with us. We use it to make an auto loan to a bank and trust company. Member FDIC. We are.
Door on the bump for Raceland. He'll go to work here in the bottom of the first inning. Behind him, Tamel Smith, Parker Fannin, and L.J. Murphy. Third to first will be Prater, Scott, and Webb. Eli Lind behind the dish. The battery made of Caden Shore out of Raceland. Shore 3 pitches. Fastball, changeup, slider. He will work in a curveball at times, but mostly that slide piece and the fastball, and then he'll go to the changeup as kind of his third pitch. The Tigers got a runner over to third base but could not bring them in, so it'll be Mokas, Atkins, and Tomalonis, the 3 that'll go here in the home half of the first inning.
Bottom of the first, number 6.
For the
Mokas.
Pritchard Yellow Jackets. So Russell's Kyle Mokas will start things off. He's a lefty. He's going to trick out my camera, or my producer here. Here we go. 360 hitter, 41 hits, 12 driven in. 12 doubles, 18 walks on the season for Mr. Mokas. Shore goes with an off-speed pitch with a changeup. This swung on a miss, 0-1. Fastball goes out of the zone. Count evens at 1-1. Now the fastball that stays up out of the zone. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike to the leadoff hitter, Mokas. Got coaches we're going to grab throughout the ball game. We'll bring them in and talk some baseball. This one's lifted skyward out toward the gap in left center field. Smith making a run. He'll settle under, make the catch, 1 away. One thing with Tamel Smith out in left field, he's not going to have anything fall in on him. He has great speed.
Bradley Adkins.
It's our Grady County's Bradley Atkins in. Atkins a .327 hitter, 33 hits, 24 driven in, 8 doubles, 21 walks. Slider that's on the backstop. We had a good look at it. We're going to bring you some good camera angles from the dugouts, too. That's for sure today. We've got the cameras in the dugout. So we'll definitely check in on the players throughout the ball game and get some interaction with them. No sound, though, for sure. 2-0 pitch up and in, 3-0. Andrew Tomalonis awaits in the on-deck circle. 3-0 pitch. Fastball swung and a missed. 3-1. Spots a 2-seamer there on the outside corner. It's a full count. The payoff pitch from Shear. Squirted foul out of play over onto the softball field. And Lind sends that one a little bit wide of Shear on the mound. One down, base is empty. Full count to Bradley Atkins. There was a look inside the dugout. That one's just a bit high for ball 4.
Next up, number 3, Andrew.
So Andrew Tomalonis comes in. Tomalonis a .357 hitter, 30 hits, 20 driven in, 10 doubles, 15 walks on the year. Atkins with decent speed over at first base as he takes a small lead away. And then a slight secondary and a changeup that's on the outside corner for a called strike at the knees. Webb holding Atkins over at first base as Shear gets his sign and then comes set. Breaking ball in there for a called strike at 0-2 to Andrew Tomalonis. That one's squirted foul. Runner going, and that's a check swing foul ball into the netting on the first base side. Blake Hall awaits in the on-deck circle, would go next, unless they roll one up here in a double play and get out of the inning unscathed. Scoreless first inning for the Tigers. The Yellow Jackets trying to threaten here on their half of the inning. Breaking ball, pushed foul down the first base side. It's 0-2 still. Great crowd on hand here tonight. As always, this has always been a very popular event for the fans to come out and watch some of these kids for the first time or the last time to strap on that high school jersey. A lot of graduating seniors in this group. Atkins leaning. Called strike 3. Throw down to second is not in time. So Tomalonis caught looking. Atkins takes second base on the stolen base. And there's 2 down in the inning.
Next up, number 10, Blake Hall.
And now East Carter's Blake Hall's in. .475 hitter, 38 hits, 55 driven in. A lot of those were long balls. 10 doubles, 17 walks. He's going to run around at second base with 2 down in the inning. That's a dart right down the heart of the plate. 0-1. Check scores around Major League here in just a little bit. Full collection of games going on this evening. Teams fresh out of the All-Star break. Trade deadline coming up next week. The one rolled foul over into the third base dugout. It's 0-2. And a lot of what happens these early games coming out of the All-Star break with some of those teams will determine whether they become sellers or buyers at the trade deadline. And I think the National League is going to be crazy active with all the stuff that's coming through. Breaking ball stays down out of the zone. They'll try to throw behind the runner and slings it into center field. Parker Fannin was there and then can't handle it cleanly. And that'll move up Atkins over to third base on the fielding error by Fannin as he overran the ball. So both teams have pushed a runner over to first base in their home half of the first. Now can they push it across? Counts 1-2 to Blake Hall. Shore from the chest. Foul tip into the mid. He hangs on for the strikeout. And that ends the first. We're scoreless as we head to the second inning. We're back after this on Cool TV.
When you shop Grayson Sporting Goods, you're supporting a great family-owned business with new owners and team sales. To celebrate, Grayson Sporting Goods has a big sale on sportswear. Get all your Little League and high school gear, including high school spirit wear. Grayson Sporting Goods also does embroidery and vinyl transfers. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 3. Check with Grayson Sporting Goods for extended seasonal hours.
Where does your money go? When you bank with us, your deposit becomes your neighbor's loan. A real estate agent sells a house. They get a commission. They deposit it with us. We use it to make an auto loan to one of our customers. Hometown people helping each other grow. That's what it's all about. First and People's Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC. We are the home office.
Look inside the dugout there on the Hitchens Tigers side of things, the visiting dugout over the first base side. New pitcher on the mound for the Yellow Jackets, Russell's Kyle Mokas. Defensively behind him, James, Trusty, and Underwood. Gavin Sexton at third. Hankins stays at short. Josh Kelly goes to second base. Russo stays at first. And through up this inning for the visitors, it'll be Lind, Ty Scott, Caden Shore. Both teams push a runner to first base, but neither could push him across. Thanks to all of our sponsors that jumped on with us here for this year's event. And, of course, our corporate sponsor, Clark's Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, National Community Technical College, Members Choice Credit Union, First and People's Bank, First National Bank, Borders Sporting Goods, Papa John's Pizza, and Grayson Sporting Goods.
Leading off the top of the second, number 14.
So Raceland's Eli Lind will start things off in the visiting second inning. Lind, a .353 hitter, 41 hits, 27 driven in, 7 doubles, 14 walks for the Rams' everyday catcher. Marty Mills will be happy to see that we do have the correct Raceland logo for baseball up there.
I got you.
Reiki ball swung on a missed. Oh, he made certain that we had that early in the season so that we had the correct logo. District foes here going at each other between Mokas and Lind. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball runs well off the plate, 1-1. Beautiful evening here in Grayson for baseball. Great crowd on hand too. That's the fun part of this, is everybody out here watching their, whether it be a member of their family or just a friend hanging out, whatever. But beautiful ball complex here in Grayson 1-2. That was upstairs. I remember growing up in these fields as a kid, and it was just a hay field, and we turned it into baseball fields many, many times. We've played war in these fields, and now to look and see what this has turned into is just breathtaking. 2-2 gets him to chase the slider down and away for the strikeout. 1 down in the second.
The Tigers, number 17, Ty Scott.
That brings it East Carter's Ty Scott. So Tate goes from the left, Ty is from the right. And yes, they are twins, but they bat differently. Breaking ball stays up out of the zone, 1-0. Games around the majors tonight. Tigers and Guardians scoreless in the third. Cardinals and Pirates also scoreless. That game in the third inning. Orioles trailing the Marlins 4-1 down in Miami in the bottom of the second inning. This one's slapped over to right field, Underwood turning and running. That one's up against the fence. Scott's on his horse. He's hustling out, and he'll be in with a stand-up double with 1 out here in the second inning.
Next up for the Tigers, number 23, Caden Shore.
Replay up.
Here's your instant replay. Did a good job of taking that pitch where it wanted to go.
Replay's down. Grab this up.
So Caden Shore out of Raceland's in, 370 hitter, 34 hits, 23 driven in, 9 doubles, 30 walks. He looks at a fastball in at the belt for a ball, 1-0. Padres National scoreless after 3. Yankees Mets in the Subway Series, bottom of the first inning scoreless up in the Bronx. Rays and Blue Jays scoreless through 1. This is a bullet right at the second baseman, Kelly. Diving back in was Scott out of second base. Nice play there by Kelly on the frozen rope to record the second out of the inning.
Next up for the Tigers,
and now Jackson Barker.
Jackson Barker.
Barker, a 356 hitter, 26 hits, 19 driven in. Runner at second base, 2 down. Breaking ball down and away, 1-0. Game still to go tonight. Phillies are in Minnesota. Reds are at the Braves. They're delayed. White Sox at the Rangers. Brewers at the Cubs. D-backs in Kansas City. Astros at the Athletics. Angels at the Mariners late tonight. Giants, Dodgers at 10. And the Red Sox are out in Colorado. Mokas with a 1-1. Sent foul over the first base side. 1-2. Tamel Smith in the on-deck circle would go next if the inning continues. Scott out of second base with a 1-out double. Mokas with a 1-2. Chopped over toward the third base side. High hop Sexton, a strong throw. Ran, they can't pull it out. As it comes out of the glove of the first baseman. That was Grant Slater.
Next up,
so the low throw
Tamel Smith
will have runners at the corners.
Play up.
Here's a look at the low, kind of the wide throw, and Slater had it in his glove and just kind of popped out. So now Fairview's Tamel Smith in. 2 down in the inning, a 316 hitter on the year, 24 hits, 22 driven in with 4 doubles, 19 walks. There's a fastball to the outside corner called strike 0-1. Both teams with an error now in the ball game. Here's a throw down to second base, and they got him. Barker cut down on the throw out from Jones. Hankins puts the tag on him, and that'll end the inning. We head to the bottom of inning number 2. We're scoreless here in Grayson. We're back for more after this on Cool TV.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
This time, thank you to our game sponsors.
New pitcher on the mound.
D&T Sales.
It's going to be Ashland's Caden Church.
Dugout Dairy Bar, Barnhill Designs. Thank you.
Jackson Barker's behind the dish. Xavier Prater will come in to play first base. Tanner Reese will go to second. Hampton's back in left field. Fannin in center. And Boggs will now go out into right field. Bottom of the second inning, Smith, Slater, and Sexton, the 3 that'll go this inning. Grab Jeremiah Shear here in just a little bit. Get some commentary from him and some of the other coaches that's just kind of hanging out over in the dugout areas.
Leading off the bottom of the second.
Tim Rice there over in the first base coach's box. So Bath County's Jay Smith will lead things off. A 467 hitter, 49 hits, 42 driven in, 21 doubles, 28 walks on the season. Murphy will work from the stretch. This one's a swinging bunt out in front of the mound.
Yellow Jackets, number 24, Grant Slater.
So Grant Slater will come in.
Replay up on that one.
Here's a look at it on your instant replay. Kind of died there with when Murphy got to it and allowed Smith to reach on the infield single. Grant Slater out of Boyd County. Looks at a pitch downstairs for a ball.
Graphics up.
366 hitter, 26 hits, 17 driven in with 8 doubles, 16 walks on the season. Throw back over to first base. Back in easily is Smith. Connor Robinson over in the third base dugout. This is the coach out at East Carter. There goes the runner. Throw down to second base is not in time, and Smith will take second base on the stolen base. So runner in scoring position for the Yellow Jackets here in the home half of the second. Slater ahead 2-0. He rolls this one over to second base. The high hop to Reese. He'll go to first base, but the ball to the right side moves the runner across, and there's one down.
Next up for the Yellow Jackets, number 35, Gavin Sexton.
So in comes East Carter's Gavin Sexton.
Graphics up.
Sexton, a 388 hitter, 33 hits, 18 driven in with 7 doubles. First run of the ball game, 90 feet away. Breaking ball stays off the plate. 1-0. Two balls and no strikes to the third baseman for East Carter. Lifted skyward right side, coming on Boggs. Drifting back is Reese. Neither will get there. That one will get past, and Sexton will slide in with an RBI double. And it's 1-0. And now Brogan Jones. Nice job there by Barker to keep that one in front of him on a pitch in the turf. So Pritchard scores first on a twainer between Reese and Boggs, but then took a hard hop off of the grass and jumped over top of his head and allowed Barker to keep, or Gavin Sexton to keep rolling. Count evens at 1-1. Both teams with an error in the ball game. Both teams with 2 hits, but the first run comes for the home team. This one's fisted over toward the second baseman. A nice running play there by Tanner Reese for the second out of the inning. And I bring in Russell's Elijah Hankins.
Next up, number 1, Elijah Hankins.
Look at it on your instant replay there. Nice. Kind of had to turn and open up for Reese to get to it. Nice play by him. Breaking ball to the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Josh Kelly would go next from Boyd County if Hankins can reach. Hankins' older brother's on a camera for us tonight. Jacob, or as we call him, Jakob. Scott with a field and a low throw, but a nice stretch there by Prater to end the inning. Nice play there by Scott Prater with the nice stretch.
Lead 1-0.
We're through 2. Yellow Jackets lead the Tigers 1-0. Back for more after this on Cool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Border Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Look inside the dugout there for the Tigers. Scott Brothers and Brody Boggs. Let's see. Bring him back this way. Hang on a second. We're going to get Jeremiah Shear in here for a second. I'm not going to give him a second. I'm going to give him a little bit. I'm going to keep him in here for a while. I got somebody to talk with now. Now joining us, head coach for the East Carter Raiders, the 16th region champ East Carter Raiders, Jeremiah Shear. Man, what an evening, first off. I mean, this is what this event's all about.
Oh, this is awesome. You know, I was just talking to Coach Mills over there from Raceland, and this is what it's about. These kids are coming together, hanging out, laughing, having fun, playing baseball. Coaches are, the camaraderie is there for the coaches. The fans are here. It's a beautiful night. It's what it's about.
I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the 10th year. It's either the 9th or 10th year this has been going on. It was something that was started by a couple guys through social media, and then work kind of took over, and they didn't get to finish it, and the coaches kind of picked things up and went with it, and it's kind of become a staple for what we play at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think so. I think the kids really look forward to it. I had some of our kids, even before we knew where the game was going to be, what time, they were texting me, hey, we can do the All-Star game this year. So Coach Mills has been really instrumental the last few years in kind of running with it, taking it over, and he hosted for us the last few years at Raceland, and so he's grown the thing, and then hopefully just keeps taking off.
And the fun thing about this is when you get guys that you got a battery that's a pitcher, and then they're pitching against one of their teammates. Mm-hmm. We saw that with Andrew and one of the Scott twins. That's a fun.
It is. I saw Andrew started Tate off with the first pitch curveball, and Tate kind of laughed. They got a little look back and forth there, but you're right. That's what it's about.
Braden Russos out of Bath County is on the bump. He's got Jay Smith behind the plate, and Tamel Smith, who resumes his at bat, and he's ahead 3-1. A good collection all the way across the region. Only a couple of schools that were not able to make the event, but a good representation of what we've got to offer around the 16th.
I think so. I think we got 13 schools represented here. I think 14 had baseball. I think Rose Hill and Elliott didn't field a varsity team, but 13 schools here represented. Multiple players from a lot of schools, and you see fans sitting together, kids that grew up playing travel ball together, and their parents know each other from different schools, so they get to kind of, reconnect a little bit here too. So that's kind of cool thing about it.
A magical year for you guys, and it was one of those seasons, and you and I, we talked about this so many times, that you kind of knew this is what you had an odd option of have happening because of the seniors that you had available. And you guys were able to put things together at the right time, and that was something that made it even better.
It was, the last 4 years, we knew, last year and this year that we had a shot at this thing. And, we kind of we started playing some freshmen at a young age there 4 years ago and kind of building toward this. We knew we had a good group, and these guys were in middle school. And COVID kind of cut them short their 8th grade year there. They were probably played some varsity then too. But, getting to the finals the last 2 years and winning the thing this year, it was just a special group. Like I said, you could see it coming that we were going to be competitive, and they kind of ran with it. They were such a close group. I was telling somebody earlier, we didn't practice, and 2 hours later they would be in the parking lot playing, cornhole or pickleball, just anything they could do to be together. And so it's just a special group of kids.
Last year, getting to the finals and coming up short, how much drive did you see with those guys that in the offseason of getting them back to where they wanted to get to, and that was to get into a state championship run?
Yeah, that was, we saw it right off the bat, and I think that's what you get when we returned so many seniors, and those guys just took a hold of the program and ran with it. That they would run some of the weight programs we did. They would, do field work when we weren't around. They would, pregame, I told, other guys this story, they would go down and line the fields. They would mow the field. They would do things that coaches normally do, and I would get there after school, and it would be ready to go. I mean, it was ready to go. So, those guys taking ownership in the program was just huge, and, it carried over to our play.
For you as a manager, have you ever had or did you ever think that you would have the issue to where you fill out a lineup card and it's senior top to bottom?
Yeah, no, never, man. We had some good senior groups, but we always sprinkled in some underclassmen that were talented in it, and, to have that many guys, and that's the thing, we had some guys this year, sophomore, juniors, who can play, but it was just they were stuck behind guys who were, 4-year starters, 3-year starters. So, we don't return a lot of experience, but we return some guys who can play. We just don't know if they can do the varsity level because they never had to do it. But, it was a special season.
And I guess, it was a special run. Anytime you make it to a state championship, right. It's a special. But to do it on the anniversary of the '84 team, I mean, you can't script that.
No, you really can't. To have those guys, and I think it was 15 years ago we won. The last time we won the region,
09.
And that was the 25th anniversary of the state championship. So, and to have the connections we had, Blake's dad played on that team, Blake Hall, Connor Robinson, my assistant coach, his dad played on that team. To have guys who were, second generation, third generation East Carter guys on that team is just a special connection.
So Boggs wears one on our
35,
first hit by a pitch. So 2 on now with only 1 out here in the top of the third. And Lewis County's Xavier Prater steps in, 370 hitter. 30 hits, 28 driven in. They call him Ellie De La Cruz. He's a special kid, and it's something I've talked with Sammy through the season. He said, he bought into the program, really changed his body, and you saw the difference of that young man on the field this year.
Absolutely. I can remember him as a freshman. From freshman to senior year, the transformation physically he took was unreal, and had a really nice career down there. I mean, Sammy had some good players down there. They had, he did, and when you played Lewis County, you knew you were in for a fight these last couple of years, and that's just typical. They took on Sammy's personality. He was a fighter, a scrapper, and these guys bought in, and then he's their guy, and they think the world of him. But they're going to miss him in Lewis County. They're going to miss Sammy. But like I said, Xavier did. He had a great year and good player.
You look at this facility, and I mean, I grew up in this field. Like I said, I've cut out many baseball fields with lawnmowers to play out here. But to look and see this facility here in the Grayson Sports Park, it's second to none.
It really is, man. And it's been great for our youth. We moved our Little League games down here. So top-notch facility for that. Coaches never have to pick up a rake down here. I mean, they have a full maintenance crew. You got the turf here. We get this. We've practiced on this when it rains. We've scrimmaged here, played here. To have this in our hometown is only going to be, instrumental for our program, growing forward. And, when you come down here on a weekend and you see, kids from everywhere down here playing, you'll have 30, 40 teams down here on a weekend playing different age groups and a lot of kids from Grayson, Carter County. So, I'm excited to see what happens down the road with this facility.
Wild pitch there. We'll move both runners up. So now runners at second and third on a full count at the plate to Xavier Prater. Let's talk about the names for tonight's event. So the Hitchens Tigers and the Pritchard Yellow Jackets. Right. Take me back through how you come up with the names.
It's funny. My dad and I were actually talking a few days ago, and talking about Hitchens
Next
and
step for the
Pritchard, a
Tigers,
lot of
number
consolidation
10,
talking Carter
Tanner
County,
Reese.
obviously, with East and West going to consolidate. So we were talking about the schools that made East Carter up, and now the rivalry between Hitchens and Pritchard and how it was only a few miles apart. And I just thought it'd be a cool, unique idea since we're hosting this thing, and East Carter's days are numbered as far as the school. We'll be Carter County High School shortly, and so I thought it'd be cool to pay a little tribute to the schools that consolidated that made East Carter. That's Hitchens and Pritchard, and my dad was a Hitchens grad, the last Hitchens class of '71, and he actually was mad today because he said, "Why are we the visitors?" And I said, "Well, the game's in Grayson, Dad. And, it's not in Hitchens." So, but yeah, that's where it kind of originated, and we just kind of want to pay tribute to those two schools.
Now, I remember in my days in Little League, we had 3 different places that we would play ball.
Mm-hmm.
We played at the Little League field. We played at Hitchens. We also played at Star.
Star, yeah.
And, you just kind of worked around. So, we've played in all 3 of those fields.
Absolutely. And, every school had a field. I can remember being a kid, and my dad coached elementary baseball. And I was a little young then, but, Willard had a field. Hitchens had a field. Star had a field. You go to Olive Hill. You went different places, Carter City. They all had a field. They may not have been, the nicest facilities, but we didn't know the difference back then. And so elementary baseball was a big thing in the county back then. And then when the junior highs were built, the middle schools, it kind of wiped out elementary baseball. But, every little community had a baseball field back then.
Me and you, we played for your dad, and we had some fun tournaments and fun trips that we've made and stuff. But did you ever think in those times that you'd ever find yourself sitting where you are right now?
No, I never really dreamed of it, man. I was always around the program. I was, Dad helped JP coach and coached the JV team for a long time at East Carter. And
next step for the Tigers, number 10.
I've watched about every game since probably 1984 or 5 that East Carter's played pretty much. So, but never really dreamed of being in this position. And, that's I've never really dreamed of. And once I've been in this position, there's nowhere else I'd really rather ever go. My dad and I were talking one time. He said, "Would you ever think about going to another school?" And I don't think I could ever wear another uniform. A tough one here to play. Oh.
Yeah, Smith was going to lay out there if he had to, but we're going to pitch to the backstop. Murphy's going to get erased at the plate. Can you hang around for a little bit?
Yeah.
Hey, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll continue. Jeremiah Shear with me here. It's 1-0 with the Yellow Jackets in front. We're back after this on Cool TV.
I got kicked off campus, but they let me back on because my dad knew the dean.
Give me that ooey gooey, crispy, crunchy, mouth watering. Give me that meaty, treaty, zesty, bestie, garlic saucy. Give me that dippy, doughy, melty topping, pepperoncini popping. Give me that cheesy, saucy, tossy, Papa John's. Give me that foldy, pepperoni, tantalizing. Give me that choco chicky, sticky, sweetie, hypnotizing. Give me that dippy, drippy, drummy, whipping, Papa wanging. Give me that cheesy, saucy, tossy, Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some. Now I'm talking about,
Financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today. That's Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Other restrictions may apply.
Good look there inside the dugout. One of our feature shots we've got tonight is something we put the cameras over in there. There you go. You knew this guy was going to end up on the camera somewhere.
Goodness sakes.
And we did say for sure, no audio in the dugouts.
Okay, good. That's a good thing. Look at these guys.
That right there is what makes us fun.
Absolutely.
The guys just kind of chilling, hanging out with each other and stuff, but having a good time. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely, man. I love it. I love the atmosphere. I love the smiles on the kids' faces. Put a price on that, man. I love it.
Going back as we were talking, you and the years that you put into these cars. I mean, you're the old guy in the 16th region. I mean, you didn't even think that was probably going to be a situation ever for you as well.
Not at all, man. I remember when I started, and
off the bottom of the
I was coaching against guys that I had played against. They coached against me when I was a player, and it was just crazy. And one by one, those guys kind of just fell off, and next thing you know, I'm the old guy. And it's kind of like that at school too. There's days at teachers meetings I look around the room and think, man, nobody's been here longer than me, or one or two guys have been here longer than me. So it's time goes by when you're having a good time, I guess, and we've had a blast.
Braden Webb will take over on the mound for his team, and a southpaw out of Raceland and a very crafty young man at that. Josh Kelly from Boyd County at the plate. He's behind 0-1. There's a chopper over toward third base. Ellie De La Cruz with a fielding and a throw, and he gets him at the bag. You being a lefty yourself, and you look at guys like Webb, and what do you see? What does that remind you of your days when you played?
I love watching guys like that pitch. May not have the heart. Went from a Greg Maddox to a, guy that throws 102, Paul Skeens, and it's changed. It's just changed, and everybody isn't physically blessed to throw that way. But then you get guys who just understand how to pitch and they can still get people out. There's still a place for them in the game. I know they're not highly recruited or highly drafted, but it's still fun to watch guys like that throw, and they just have a way of getting people out. And that's what pitchers do.
There's a difference. There are pitchers and there's throwers.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Webb is what you would call a pitcher.
He's a pitcher. Yeah.
He's going at Braden Russos out of Bath County. He's ahead 2-0. Goes to the outside corner with a call strike. And right there's an example. He started away, and just kept bringing it into he found that spot.
Yep.
And what that does with him, too, is that opens up that slider that he likes to work down and in on a right-hander. Russos awaits 2-1. He's got Hampton working with him behind the dish now. Hampton knows Russos very well, playing there in the 61st District.
I forget that Hampton was a catcher growing up. I watched him catch when he was young, and of course he played different spots for Round County where they had the frontage kid behind the plate. But Hampton's a really good catcher too.
One away here in the third, 1-0. Pritchard in front of Hitchens, and that's a pitch up out of the zone, and Russos is on with a walk. And now Fleming County's Austin James comes in. And again, right there you see handshakes when they come. I mean, those are district foes as well.
Yeah, very familiar with each other.
Yes. Yeah. James, a .352 hitter, 31 hits, 7 driven in, a double, 6 walks. And it's when you sit back and you think about is this thing kind of dead? Has it been going on? Has it lost its bat? And you see everything you see here. It's like, no, this is live and well.
Oh, absolutely. These kids, they've looked forward to this, and I was unsure too. We were hosting how it would turn out. We've worked hard trying to get this thing going and get sponsors and, get it done right, to make sure the kids get a T-shirt, get some stuff for playing in it. And, seeing them show up here, and at first they kind of, they were all a little quiet showing up, kind of unsure, but, 10 minutes in, and, man, they're like they've been teammates for years. They're laughing, joking, hanging out, and so it's just fun to watch.
James ahead 2-0. There's an example right there. Take a little bit off, find your zone, gets a foul tip into the mid.
And you wonder, too, how much some of these guys have thrown this summer. Some of these guys have graduated. They're not going to play at the next level. So, it may take a little bit for them to find their spot, find their groove. But he's a bulldog out there, so he'll compete.
Just down out of the zone, 3-1. That's something I've talked about this event over so many years. I've covered every single one of them that's been going on. And it's a great event because you get the opportunity for some of those seniors to put the jersey on one final time.
One more time. That was big for us. We had 11 seniors, and we got 6 guys playing in this game. We split them up on 2 different teams because I wanted to see them compete against each other.
Next up for the Yellow Jackets, number 5, Caleb.
Especially against Blake and Jackson. Everybody else kind of likes to go at Blake and Jackson, so I wanted to see those guys kind of go at the other guys. But it's fun to watch.
Caleb Gray will go in for Boyd County at 184 here. Did you think about splitting the Scott twins up, or is that even possible?
We thought about it for a second, just for a second. I didn't want Dad to have to choose which side he sat on. Tate would have said he would have chose Ty, and Ty would probably agree that he would choose Ty, but we didn't want to put Brian in that spot, so we left him together.
Next up, number 4.
Nice play there by Webb as he'll get the force out as he goes to Prater for the second out of the inning. So Gray's aboard on the fielder's choice, and that brings in Greenham County's Cohen Underwood. Underwood, a 192 hitter, one of those seniors that's called it a career. Fastball right down Broadway for a called strike 0-1. What's the biggest thing that you've noticed in the game, especially at the high school level, how it's evolved in all of your years that you've been there with East Carter?
I think the kids are more athletic. Every year, it seems like the kids are in better shape. They're stronger. They're bigger. Each school has better weight programs now. I think the weight programs have came leaps and bounds at different schools. I think the kids, summer ball, they've been put in a lot of situations where they're not they've seen it before. They're not put in situations in high school where they've not seen it. These kids have played so much baseball growing up. When I first started, kids just didn't do that. They played Legion ball when they were in high school. They played Little League growing up. There wasn't a lot of travel ball. So I think these kids they understand the game. Their IQ's higher. Got him.
And that right there is an example of Hunter Hampton's. That was a ball he kicked away, and he picks up and throws a dart down to third base. And James gets erased over at third, trying to steal. So 2-5 on the put out. We're through 3. It's 1-0 Pritchard in front. Coach Jeremiah Shear, always a pleasure, man. Nice
Thanks,
job.
man.
Congratulations on a great season as well.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
We'll take a break. We're back after this on Cool TV.
When you shop Grayson Sporting Goods, you're supporting a great family-owned business with new owners and team sales. To celebrate, Grayson Sporting Goods has a big sale on sportswear. Get all your Little League and high school gear, including high school spirit wear. Grayson Sporting Goods also does embroidery and vinyl transfers. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 3. Check with Grayson Sporting Goods for extended seasonal hours.
Where does your money go? When you bank with us, your deposit becomes your neighbor's loan. A real estate agent sells a house. They get a commission. They deposit it with us. We use it to make an auto loan to one of our customers. Hometown people helping each other grow. That's what it's all about. First and People's Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC. We are the home office.
Course, AAA Mechanical Solutions and Donna's Designs.
You got East Carter's. That's Jackson Parker and Ty Scott. That's the in the dugout camera. We should. Yeah, there we go. You knew it was coming. Elijah Hankins will take over on the bump. Hankins out of Russell, a right-hander. Joining me in the booth now of Bath County Patrick Armitage in. Hey, welcome in, my man.
How's it going?
Doing well. What a fun event this has always been. And I mean, I was talking with Jeremiah. I think this is the 10th season, either 9th or 10th season this game has been going on, and it's just grown every single year.
Yeah, and I think I've been a part of 8 of them, and it's just. But either way, it's a good opportunity for some of these guys to be seen and to be playing in front of their peers. And they love it. They really do.
Tate Scott will step in. He's 1 for 1. Had a single his first time through, an infield single at that. His brother did him one better, though. He got the double.
Yep.
And but it's something you get a chance here. You get kids that play together all year, and then all of a sudden they're on opposite teams with each other. It makes it a lot of fun. And then you've got district rivals. It's in the same dugouts. Yeah. It makes it a lot of fun.
Well, those conversations that are going on in our dugout are interesting. So.
Oh, I can imagine. That's what I said. We've got the cameras in the dugouts, but no audio, so that
Thank you. You just scared me.
You guys took just an absolute heartbreaker. This ball is roped into the gap, right center field, turning it up against the fence. Scott thought it was gone. He was in a trot. He'll pull in with a stand-up double. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game. I think he thought that ball got out of here on him.
It's not carrying like these guys want it to.
But just an absolute heartbreaker for you guys in the opening round of the district tournament. And, I was one of the things I talked with you guys. I talked to you when I saw you in there at the end of the season there with West Garden. I said, you guys are a team that nobody wants to see.
Yeah.
And it was baseball.
Well, and, we threw a no-hitter, and that made it even more frustrating. And that, we out-hit them 4-0. Braden Roos has pitched to Jim. Jace hit the ball hard a couple times, extra bases, didn't score. And that's on us. We've got to score runs. And, hats off to Fleming County. They played well. They had a good young team. And, it happens. You get in district tournament, anything can happen.
There's a ball rolled over toward the second base side. Kelly, nice sliding throw over to first base, but Webb moves the runner over to third, and there's 2 down in the inning.
Good job.
But you were talking about
the Tigers, number 30, Hunter Hampton.
7 innings versus 9 innings in these All-Star games. It was 9 there at one point.
I
remember that.
I do remember that.
It was brutal.
Jeremiah texted me. We were texting before. He said, "Are we playing 7 or 9?" I said, "We'll play 7."
Yeah. Yes. And a lot of these guys haven't picked up a baseball.
Exactly.
That's the elephant in the room in my dugout. And, there's a few of those guys that haven't been throwing, and, they can't pitch today.
Yes.
We're not going to do it. And a lot of these guys have been traveling a lot and throwing every week, and that's who needs to be out there, and that's who is out there.
Hampton 0 for 1.
Steal of
Here
home.
comes a steal at home, and
got it.
I don't think the umpire saw it coming, though, and he's going to get in safely. So the steal of Scott. Here's a look at it on our instant replay. I don't think we missed it. We'll have to look at it here in just
So
a
everybody
second.
missed it.
Everybody missed it.
I think he was out.
Here it comes. I don't know, man. That was close. So now the base is empty, and Hunter Hampton, and he'll head on down with the walk.
Next up
That's
for
something you
Tigers,
get at
number
these
14, Eli Litt.
types of events, the steal of home there. That's something you wouldn't do in a regular season game. And it's an exhibition game. Go for it.
Well, you never know. I mean, crazier things have happened, and that's like we don't have a steal sign, we don't have a bunt sign, but we've had several guys that are running, and they want to be aggressive. We've had a couple guys get picked already, and those things are going to happen in these games as well.
Absolutely. Here's Rayson's Eli Lind 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Hampton with a healthy lead over at first base. He looks like he's ready to take off. Better think twice before you try to run on this guy behind the plate. He's got a. I said when I had you guys over at West Carter, I said kid with a gun, dial 911. He's got a cannon.
And he's I had a chance to coach him for 6 years, and kids like that don't come around.
What was the biggest thing you watched with Jace of just his progression all the way through from 7th and 8th grade into a sophomore year and then junior, senior year?
Well, from a leadership standpoint, we watched him grow. And, all kids, there's a stolen base attempt.
And he gets in underneath it, so Hampton swipes the bag.
But Jace became a leader, and, he really was good with our community. He's good with the young kids. I've got an 8-year-old that thinks he's Johnny Bench. And, we've got, he played basketball as well. I think that helped his agility. Jace averaged 14 points a ball game in basketball. Not a lot of folks know that. I'm sure you do. But, he was very integral part of our basketball program for 3 years. And for him to get faster, get quicker, and then, he's hit the weight room these last 4 or 5 years really hard. And, just getting older, because he came up as a 7th grader. He was skinny. He was weak. You name all those things he was, but he loved baseball. And, there's not a lot of these kids that absolutely love baseball. They may like winning. Some of them like playing, but he loves the game, and it's obvious.
And something that you see so many times, you see kids that they try to get settled in on just one sport.
Mm-hmm.
And
Up
then
next,
you
number
see
17,
these multi-sport kids,
Scott.
and Jace being an exact example of that, of how successful they are every time they stop at a different point.
Yeah, and I try to encourage my guys to play other sports. And some are not interested in some sports because of the timing of it, because their body needs rest. They may not want to take a beating in one sport that they have never played before. And I get those things. But the guys that are playing multiple sports are the ones that are excelling at the next level.
Scott swings over top of that one. They've got Lind hung out to dry. He gets back in, and Hampton will move up on the throw behind. So they're at the corners now, count at 1-1. And Ty Scott, who's 1 for 1, had a double to right field his last time through.
But you're talking about these, young kids in particular need that break. They need to go to another sport. They need to switch it up because they'll get burned out at a young age. And that's something that's another rundown play.
So Lind trying to stay in the rundown play long enough, and he's not going to do it. So they get the pick off of Lind. They don't get the run home. We go to the bottom of the 4th. We're still tied 1-1. You got time to hang around with me?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be back in just a minute. We're back on Cool TV.
After 3.5, all time.
Discover the convenience of Clark's Pump and Shop, your go-to local pit stop. Clark's proudly serves your neighborhood with new locations popping up just around the corner. Swing by today and indulge in a selection of your favorite snacks and drinks. We're committed to elevate your on-the-go taste experience. Clark's Pump and Shop is your premier destination for all things convenience and satisfaction. Stop by today at a Clark's Pump and Shop near you. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnb.com. www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Back here at Grayson Sports Park, there's a look inside the Pritchard Yellow Jackets dugout. Yeah, you never know what you're going to get from these guys. But, Coach, you look at this right here. This is what makes this event fun. I mean, these guys are just in there having a great time. And now, hey, look, they're doing an interview now with Jay Smith getting an interview from Gavin Sexton. I mean, this is what makes this fun.
Well, they're making fun for hitting the ball back to the pitcher. Here we are in the fourth inning. That was in the second. But a lot of these guys play travel ball together. They have played ball together when they were youngsters. Some are playing college ball together. It's just that brotherhood that baseball brings. There's nothing like it, and you're seeing it firsthand here with this event.
Kason Roberts out of Lewis County will take the bump for his inning of work. And that's something that with the way that the rosters were created, they try to make certain that it's balanced each way to where you got plenty of pitching to where nobody has to throw more than an inning. And that's something, too, when you play it in a 7-inning game rather than a 9-inning game, you don't have to worry about so many arms.
We're looking for that guy that can throw two because that means he had about a 7-pitch inning.
Exactly.
He can throw two.
Yeah.
Because we are getting
real thin.
We are getting thin.
We're going to switch from pitchers to throwers. For you, and you and I, we go way back from my days when I was still at Raceland. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's been that long, but, I mean, for you, your tenure there at Bath County, I mean, you're one of the old guys that's in the region, man. I mean, for you, what's it been like?
Well, first of all, Jeremiah is the only one that's been there longer than me.
Oh, yeah. Jeremiah's the old guy. That's what I was kidding about earlier. I said, do you ever think you'd be the old guy? And he said, man, I'm the old guy everywhere I go anymore.
Of course, we've got that joke. We figured they'd canned us a long time ago. But, and just the older I've got, different thing. Like, I'm in my mid-40s now, and I'm starting to see things from a different angle. And I've got an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old, and, you just see it different. The relationships that we develop with these players, it's going to continue to grow as like Tomo's.
Oh, Tomalonis is going to get on the camera any way he possibly can. And, of course, you get the good side of him, those locks out the back of his head.
Right.
I call him goalie locks.
Right. But I've coached some of these guys since they were young, like very young. And, it's just what baseball's about. And we're in a small community. We don't have transfer kids coming in. Our baseball program are guys that we develop from a very young age that get better. And we have a year like we had this year. And these last couple of years have been really successful. There's a lot of pride involved with that, a lot of community pride. And for us to go to Florida for a spring break trip, we've got to work it. We've got to earn it. People aren't just throwing out the money. We've got to work.
Number 4.
And it brings on that work ethic with our program and our team and our players. And I think that's sort of carried on down the years.
So we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. We're even at 1. Cohen Underwood will lead things off. It'll be Underwood trusting it back to the top of the order of Kyle Mokas. So Kason Roberts will take his first inning on the mound. Crafty right-hander from Sammy Holder's Lewis County Lions. And you talk about the old guys, Sammy, I remember coaching against him. And now Sammy has decided that he's going to hang it up on the coaching side of things on the baseball side. And you look at what the culture that he continued to build there while he was in Lewis County. You hate to see guys like that leave.
Well, and the conversation I had with him as soon as he made that announcement, I basically just thanked him for what he'd done for our region and for our guys, because if everybody that is good at baseball as he was and cares as much about the game in his community does that for their community for that number of years, hey, we got a better world. And not everybody will or can do it.
I remember, when Sammy took the position, he was the youngest coach age-wise in the 16th region. And then, he became one of those veterans really, really quickly.
Well, he's a good baseball mind. And, when he's got an average team and he's beating good teams with it, that tells you right there that he's doing his job too. And then now he's got some really, really strong players, and he's put a good program together. They're playing in a brutal district. I mean, it's hard to win that 62nd,
63rd. It's a grind.
I mean, this whole region. I mean, you can give props to all four districts.
Here's a ball slapped out toward right. Murphy sizes it up, makes the catch. 2 down. And you talk about the 16th region, and it's something that
Yellow Jackets,
you never know from day in to day out. I mean, somebody can just jump out of a game and beat you when you're not supposed to get beat.
Happens, and everybody's got a pitcher, and you may not always be pitching your pitcher against their pitcher, and that's what happens in baseball.
Kyle Mokas 0 for 1, a fly out to left, his first time through. Roberts spikes that one in the turf. You look at this playing surface. I mean, I can remember growing up here. That was my house right over here. That's
Really?
where I grew up.
I did not know that.
This was a hayfield. We've mowed in many baseball fields in this place. We've played war back in here. And now you look at this, and I mean, just a top-notch facility, baseball, softball wise. But I want to go back to my youth.
Go back.
Why can't I have this when I was a kid? No, the funny thing is that I can say is that, we've got the cornfield growing up, but, if you build it, they will come. So I guess, they finally came. I was about 40 years old when they did.
The batter's eye looks nice.
Oh, no.
I had a freshman 2 years ago. We came up here to scrimmage. He thought it was a drive-in.
Ah, nice.
So we hadn't seen a nice batter's eye.
Yeah. Yeah, and Mocus will earn a 4-pitch walk. So, interesting thing. So, we played wiffle ball at my house over here, and we hit back toward these houses. And when we were playing with the loaded bats and the taped balls, we were hitting into the field, the house behind the batter's eye. We had to stop using the loaded bats because the neighbors were getting mad.
I would say so.
Here's Bradley Atkins. He's on board with a walk today. 2 down here in the 4th. First pitch fastball upstairs for a ball, 1-0. I was talking with Jeremiah earlier, and one of the things he said is that just how much the game has changed because of the development of the kids and all of the stuff they do in the off season to get themselves ready for the next year. Being around the game as long as you have you noticed the same?
Yeah, and kids are different too. There's pros and cons with that as well. I try to keep a diverse coaching staff, and we've got a mixture of old school and new school guys. And, Cable Wright is one of the better assistant coaches in the state of Kentucky.
Don't say that. This still gives me tremors hearing that name.
Well, I know. And, the thing about it is he's, analytics, his tenure at Morehead State, he's the all-time leading appearance OVC guy. He made all those appearances as a relief pitcher. So, they do things a certain way. Well, I've got other coaches in my dugout that are older that were completely old school and see things a completely different way. They grew up with a big red machine, and it's different. So, I'm sort of in the middle. I'm 43 now. So, it's a mix, but, just being able to relate to the younger guys it takes an there's an adapting to do it, as there's stone days.
Marcus got a really good jump on that one as well. And you could kind of tell Lynn a little bit trying to find the ball coming out of his mid. I don't know if he still had a good shot. Made a good throw either way. But run around at second base now, 3-1 count at the plate.
But you just look at these last 4 or 5 years, like, now the coach-catcher communication, that's something we dabble with that this year. We had one, just trying to get used to it. A lot of people are going to the signs with the numbers and the wristbands. And, there's just changes in the rules and changes in the game.
Coach Armitage, it's always a pleasure,
Thank
my
you,
man.
sir.
Thank you for everything you've done through your time, and we greatly appreciate your time out here.
Thanks for having me.
We're through 4. We're even at 1. We continue when we return after this on Cool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
Temperatures are on the rise, and so is the bite, and Border Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Findlay, Lou, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter what species of fish you are targeting, Borders has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders has baits in every size and style with a wide selection of tackle from Berkley, Strike King, Zoom, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
1-1 our score as we go to the top of the 5th inning. And James Carr, happy to have you along with us here tonight on Cool TV and from the heart of the parks in Grayson, Kentucky. And joining me now here in the broadcast is the former head coach at Lewis County, and I hate saying it too, man. It kills me to say that, but Sammy Holder's in. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, appreciate you having me on. I don't like hearing it as much as you don't like saying it.
It's, and you and I, we talked before it happened, and it was something that, I want to say this. I respect the heck out of you for trusting me to talk about it, and it was one of those things I could kind of feel it, and you just, as you've been around the game as long as you knew it was time.
Yeah, it is. And it took a long time to process that, and that's what I was talking to Connor Robinson, those guys over there, and they're like, "You're gonna miss it." And absolutely, I'm not denying that. First warm day in May, finally when it gets warm is when I'll miss it the most. But going to stay on the basketball staff, but it's not, hey, I'm picking baseball over or basketball over baseball. It's just my duties are less, and if I can't give something 100%, I wasn't going to do it. So.
With you, as like I was talking with Patrick Armitage just a little while ago, I said I remember coaching against you, and then you going off to college and coming back in, and you were the youngest guy in the 16th region, and then all of a sudden, it seemed like overnight you become one of the tenured guys.
Yeah.
For you, what was that progression like of being the young guy and then turning into one of the tenure guys?
Yeah, I felt like my preparation started in college. I was a pitcher only, but I tried to be at all the hitting meetings and, the individual workouts and stuff like that because I knew I wanted to be a head coach. So that's kind of where it began. And then coming back, like you said, young guy on the block. I came right out of college to be a head coach. So, a lot of the kids that I had at the start, didn't know me.
Next step for the Tigers.
They had heard of me, but they didn't know me. But they bought in quickly and just kind of, started off slow, taught what I knew and tried to get our kids to play hard. And I think we succeeded over the 6 years. I think we got better and left the program in a better place.
And one thing about it is that you went into a gauntlet of a district.
Yeah, that's 63rd district's no joke. That's what I tell people.
Scott's off on the pitch, and nice throw from Caleb Gray.
Bad base running. Yeah. I don't know if this is on the kids or on the coaches, but bad base running all around.
So erases the runner. Here's a look at it on the instant replay. Great throw. And, it was a dandy throw by Gray out to Kelly to erase the runner. Caden Shore out of Raceland's in. You know a little bit about this guy.
Yeah, I know. I was talking to because Marty was supposed to help us and he didn't show up. Now he's here.
Yeah, he's here. I said he's going to have to give him a rake.
Well, what happened was he saw the overthrow by Lynn, and then Parker missed the ground ball in center from the overthrow, and that made him mad. So he showed up. I think that's what he
made the trip over the Grace.
He's not happy.
You look at both of these guys right here, Underwood on the bump and Short, and two Bulldogs that you had to go at night in and night out in 63rd.
Yeah, I think you said it best, Bulldog, and then Webb was up there a couple innings ago, and it's just, that just displays what's in the 63rd district, and I thought it was funny. Shore started on the mound, and Mokus led off the game. He started with a changeup, I said, that's just knowing each other. He's a first pitch swinger, and it's a good rib.
And that one's going to get through, and Shore.
Salmons needs to get off there he goes. Get off the fence line.
Yeah. So Shore's going to get him a double.
Next step for the Tigers.
To open up the fifth inning.
And
that's a kid that's not uncommon for what he did. He did that a lot.
Yep.
He just puts a ball hard in play. Here's a look at it on the instant replay. Gets a pitch up in the zone, and he just turns on it and does what he does best. And, Russo's kind of got on him quick and scoots past him. And so now Jackson Barker in. Breaking ball at the top of the zone for a called strike. Barker hit a ground ball and reached on an error on a throw from third. Coach, what's the biggest thing that you have taken from the game, both in your playing days and your coaching days, that you try to pass along in your time?
That's a really good question. I don't know. I just we talk about being where your feet are. You know what I mean? And I know that's cliche to say, but just enjoy it. You get 4 years of it. If you're lucky, you get another 2 to 4 years. But that's the biggest thing is some of these kids you talk to them are excellent baseball players, but they're going to go to school and be a pharmacist or whatever. And so having this event and just soaking it in, it's an all-star game. There's a lot of talent on display, and it's a privilege to play in it. But that's the thing is, you only get so many at-bats and so many pitches in a high school career, and then just make the most of all those. And that's what we say a lot is be where your feet are.
And you look at the options of having this type of game. And you think about some of the guys, this is an opportunity to put that jersey on one more time.
Yeah, absolutely. That's I was talking to some of them. That's what it is for them. And and a lot of them haven't even taken at bats for a couple months. Parker Fannin, he got up there and he's like, well, I haven't picked this up in a couple months, and leads off the game with a rip down the first baseline. You know what I mean? So I told him it was like riding a bike. But yeah, I mean, it's special. I'm glad they do this and make it a fun event. The kids love it, and that's the only thing that matters.
That's why I was talking with Jeremiah and Patrick both. I think this is the 10th year that this has been going on, and you said some people say first off they said it would never work. And then year 2 came, and then year 5 came. And you look at here at the crowd, I mean, this is a phenomenal event.
I know. I got here real early, and there was a lot of people here. And the coolest thing is we're wearing cool, our own uniforms. We don't have the awful uniforms that the Major League Baseball is trying to do.
Those are terrible.
We got to get back to that.
That's the one thing I love is the ability to wear your own uniforms.
Yep.
That's the nice part.
It looks
there.
really good.
So Tamel Smith's in. Smith walked his first time through. 2 on, 1 out. He's ahead 2-0.
Good night for it too.
Yeah, it was. We had some sunshine early and kind of heated it up, and then the cloud cover pushed in, kind of cooled things down a little bit. But you couldn't have picked, especially some of the weather we've seen over the last couple of weeks. You couldn't have had a better night.
Yeah, Jeremiah sent me my roster at 3:30 today and said, "Here you go, and make a lineup card." So I'm coming over to Grace and making a lineup card. I'm like, man, I don't know. We're loaded. This is awesome. You know what I mean? Hitting 13 kids and you don't know where to put them, and a lot of talent.
When you see the kids, how they interact with each other in the dugout, it's, sometimes you see it's kind of a little bit of a slow start, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, they're just like they've been best friends all their lives.
That's exactly how it is. They don't know how to interact really, but then once they get to talking, they just realize, he's just like me, and a lot of laughs, a lot of smiles, and going back to it, that's what it's all about, and build some camaraderie, you know what I mean, and in the region.
2 on, 1 out, payoff pitch. And Smith goes upstairs and chases and comes up empty with a strikeout from Cohen Underwood. There's 2 down in the inning.
Step for the Tigers, number 1, L.J. Murphy.
So now Ashland's L.J. Murphy again. And that's something you look at. You get the way the rosters are split up. You've got kids playing against each other wearing the same jersey.
Yep.
And that makes it a lot of fun. You started off, you had Tom Alonis against Scott, and he starts you off with the first pitch curveball.
Right. That's what I was telling Tate and Ty, too. I can't believe they didn't split them up because
Well, we asked Jeremiah about that. He said they thought about it, and they're like, nah, one would say, you do this and do this, and it's like, yeah, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, so. I said, who throws more? Who plays where? You know what I mean? They don't care. They're just such
They are,
kids.
and it's funny because, being twins, it's kind of cliche, but, they do about everything with a sixth sense.
Yeah, they really do. They're special kids.
L.J. Murphy walked his first time through.
Jackson Barker, he is loving running the bases right now. Catchers don't get a run.
Catchers never get to run.
I was going to pinch run for him earlier, and he's like, no, I'm okay.
No, I'm good, coach.
And then he gets picked off.
Yeah.
So he gets thrown out. So.
That's okay. He's just knocking off some rust.
Yep, there it is, back pick.
So 3 balls and a strike to L.J. Murphy. Brody Boggs in the on-deck circle would go next. And that one's downstairs, ball 4. And the bases are juiced here in the top of the 5th inning. So Murphy earns his second walk of the ball game. And now West Carter's Brody Boggs is in. He was hit by a pitch. Underwood's pitch misses high for a ball. Tough position right here, coach, as a pitcher. Bases loaded and 2 down, but how big is it here just to find a pitch and let your defense work behind
that's
you?
all it is. You force out anywhere, let them hit it, roll over it, get out of the inning.
You see what Barker's doing back at second base. He's got to give him a sign here. You got to do a spin move here.
Yeah.
Really good job there by Underwood after missing high and coming back with a couple fastballs and just saying, here it is. I'm going to come at you and see what you can do with it.
Yeah, he's been around the block. He understands the game, understands strike zone and his mechanics. You can tell that.
This one's lifted skyward, but right at the center fielder, that's Blake Hall. He'll make the catch and end the inning. Bases left, juice. Time to stretch here at the ballpark. We're even at 1. Coach Sammy Holder, always a pleasure, my man.
Sir, appreciate
Thanks
you,
for coming over to talk to you.
Thank you, guys.
We're back for more after this here on Cool TV.
I got kicked off campus, but they let me back on because my dad knew the dean.
Give me that ooey gooey, crispy, crunchy, mouth watering. Give me that meaty, treaty, zesty, bestie, garlic saucy. Give me that dippy, doughy, melty topping, pepperoncini popping. Give me that cheesy, saucy, tossy, Papa John's. Give me that foldy, pepperoni, tantalizing. Give me that choco chicky, sticky, sweetie, hypnotizing. Give me that dippy, drippy, drummy, rippy, Papa wangin'. Give me that cheesy, saucy, tossy, Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some. Now I'm talking about, yeah.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today. That's Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945. Equal housing lender. Other restrictions may apply.
Still tied at 1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. LJ Murphy is going to take over on the bump. 4 hits for the Hitchens Tigers, 2 for the Pritchard Yellow Jackets, both teams with an error. The Yellow Jackets got their run in the 2nd. Tigers got their run in the 4th inning. Again, the third base dugout, the home team, they like to eat the camera. Does that look like Jakob at all? I mean, that is Jacob's younger brother right there. He's one of our camera operators and does a lot of our social media stuff. I mean, they're kind of like spitting images of each other. There's Bradley Atkins out of Greenham. He's having a stare down with the camera. He just lost. He blinked. Hat tip to my crew tonight, our executive producers, Trey Collier, technical engineer, and instant replay is Jeff Irwin, Felicia Collier, and Jacob Hankins
Leading off
out on the cameras.
Number 3.
Big thanks to all of our great sponsors for sponsoring this event as well, and all the great crew that took care of everything here at the sports park, as well as all the coaches to get this put together. Jeremiah Shear and from East Carter. Again, this is an event that is expected. It's become a kind of a staple, kind of a way that you close out the summer and you get ready for football season. But it's been a lot of fun to be a part of this every single year, and glad to be back here again. Andrew Tomalonis, he was caught looking his first time through. Lifts this one foul down the first base side, out of play, 1-1. Jackson Barker behind the plate. You got to think there's probably some chatting going on between these two teammates here, between Barker and Tomalonis. That was at the belt, a called strike. Tomalonis is behind 1-2. Tomalonis, Hall, and Smith, the 3 that'll go this inning. 1-2 pitch, and that hits him. So Tomalonis aboard with a hit by pitch.
Next up, number 2.
And I'm bringing East Carter's Blake Hall. Hall 0 for 1, struck out swinging. Bath County's Jay Smith in the on-deck circle. There goes Tomalonis. That's a balk. So Tomalonis gets second base on the balk from Murphy. So now Pritchard threatening to play to run here in the 5th. Blake Hall fouls that one into the net. Healthy hack there by Blake. One on one. Guardians in front of the Tigers now 4-2. That game in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cardinals in front of the Pirates 1-0 in Pittsburgh. Breaking ball chopped foul. Marlins doubling up the Orioles 6-3 down in Miami. Padres in front of the Nationals 3-0. Yankees lead the Mets 1-0 in the Subway Series in the Bronx. That game in the 5th. Rays in front of the Blue Jays 1-0 down or up in Toronto. Phillies and Twins scoreless. Rangers lead the White Sox 2-0. D-backs in front of the Royals 3-0. Pitch down in the dirt. As that's going to allow Tom Malones to move over. Reds Braves still delayed down in Atlanta, as are the Brewers and the Cubs up in Chicago. Later tonight, Astros are at the Athletics, Angels at the Mariners, Giants at the Dodgers, and the Red Sox getting ready to tangle with the Rockies out in Colorado. 2-2. Swing and a miss on the big breaking ball. Barker will finish the throw down to first base for the out. There's one away.
Next up, number 2, Jace Smith.
Now Bath County's Jay Smith's in. Smith a swinging bunt his first time through. Tomalonis over to third base. That pitch just misses for a ball. Two and 0. Nightfall starting to set here in Grayson. Lights on at the ballpark. 2-0. Off the end of the bat, drifting into the gap. Boggs coming over. He'll make a running catch. Throw toward the plate. Tom Malone is coming up the line. It's not going to be in time. It's going to be a sacrifice fly for Jay Smith. And Pritchard takes a 2-1 lead here in the 5th. Here's a look at it on your replay. There's a ball stung back up the middle as Grant Slater picks up his first hit of the ball game.
Next up, number 35, Gavin Sexton.
Now he scores Gavin Sexton. Sexton with a double and an RBI that plated the first run of the ball game for Pritchard. The first pitch breaking ball is in there for a called strike 0-1. Two down in the inning. Playing 7 innings here tonight. Got started at just a few minutes after 7. Pace of play has been really nice this evening. Breaking ball doesn't turn over. It's 2-1. Big thanks to all of our great sponsors. First and People's Bank, Members Choice Credit Union, National Community and Technical College, Border Sporting Goods, Grayson Sporting Goods, First National Bank, and Papa John's Pizza. Slater moves up with the stolen base. Mark Slater kind of got stuck there trying to get to the bag on the slide attempt. This one squirted foul into the netting. I'll give him a 5 on this slide. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gavin Sexton. 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-1. Pritchard in front of Hitchens. Here's the payoff pitch from Murphy. Just misses down low for ball 4. And Sexton's aboard.
Next up for the Yellow Jackets, number 4, Brogan Jones.
So it brings in Brogan Jones. He's 0 for 1. Popped out to second his first time through tonight. There's a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike 0-1. Big swing and a miss. 0-2. Elijah Hankins would go next. Jones can reach. Slater out at second. Sexton over at first. 0-2 pitch. Hit right at Reese out at second base. He'll field it off the turf, fired it over to Webb, and that ends the inning. But a run across for Pritchard. They lead it 2-1 through 5. We head to the 6th when we return after this on Cool TV.
Pritchard leads Hitchens 2-1.
When you shop Grayson Sporting Goods, you're supporting a great family-owned business with new owners and team sales. To celebrate, Grayson Sporting Goods has a big sale on sportswear. Get all your Little League and high school gear, including high school spirit wear. Grayson Sporting Goods also does embroidery and vinyl transfers. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 3. Check with Grayson Sporting Goods for extended seasonal hours.
Where does your money go? When you bank with us, your deposit becomes your neighbor's loan. A real estate agent sells a house. They get a commission. They deposit it with us. We use it to make an auto loan to one of our customers. Hometown people helping each other grow. That's what it's all about. First and People's Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC. We are the home office.
Josh Kelly will take the ball for the Yellow Jackets, leading 2-1 as we go to the 6th. Kelly out of Boyd County. He'll stay with his battery mate of Caleb Gray. Bradley Atkins over at first base. Hankins and Mokas up the middle now. Smith will be at third. James out in left. Trusty in center. Underwood in right. 12-13 in the top. Due up this inning for the Tigers. Xavier Prater, Tannerice, and then back to the top of Parker Fannin.
35, Xavier Prater.
Xavier Prater steps in. He walked his first time through it. He looks at the first pitch. It's in there for a called strike 0-1. Moves him off the plate. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Pitch in there at the letters, and he lets it go through, and it's 1-2. Chops that one foul. If it's your first time with us here on Cool TV, smash that subscribe button. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you enjoy the product that we've got here. 1-2 pitch, lifted out of play, first base side, 1-2. This is kind of always our hurrah for the end of the season for that calendar year. This will mark the end of year number 2 for Cool TV as we get ready to start up year 3 with football coming up very soon. Foul tipped into the mid for a swinging strikeout. I think the Prater's gone on strikes to start the 6th.
Next up for the Tigers, number 10, Tanner Reese.
So Tanner Reese is in. Struck out looking his first time through. Soccer and volleyball will get going first before football season gets loose. Visit our websites, quits1057.com. That's cool with a K. We have all our updated schedules coming up. Swing and a miss that kicks past the catcher Gray. It's even at 1-1. East and West Carter, Raceland, and Lewis County. That's our schools that we cover regularly, as well as KCU athletics. Here's the 1-2. And a called strike 3. Reese Cotton looking for the second time of the ball game. There's 2 away as we go back to the top of the order, and Parker Fannin.
Next up for the Tigers, number 10, Parker Fannin.
So a pair of strikeouts for Kelly, and now Parker Fannin's in. He chops this one toward third. A high hop by Smith, and a bullet of a throw across. Not in time, though. It pulled Atkins away from the bag, and that's going to put Fannin on with a throwing error.
Next up, number 16.
Look at it on your instant replay.
Scott.
pulled him up the line there on the throw. So you got Parker Fannin on with great speed, and now Tate Scott's 2 for 2 steps in, a single and a double. That's at the letters for a called strike. Fannin trying to time up his lead over there. He likes to get those running leads. He's one of the top base stealers in the entire state of Kentucky this year. Kelly with a long hold. There goes Fannin. Here's a hit and run, and it gets through. Fannin's going to go first to third. Ball line is center field. Trusty's going to throw it in. Here comes Fannin to the plate. Here comes a throw up the line, and they got him. Sammy Holder rolls the dice and tries to send Fannin. So gives Scott the hit. It goes down 8-6 to 2.
Richard still leads.
And we've played 6, or we head to the bottom of the 6th. Here's a look at it on your instant replay. Right back through the middle. Fannin kind of stumbled coming around there, and Hankins turned loose a bullet to the plate. And they take care of Fannin trying to score from first base. 2-1, Pritchard in front. We go to the bottom of the 6th after this on Cool TV.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations, or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Dugout Dairy Barn, Barnhill Seminoles.
Well, the Tigers rolled the dice there, and a defensive play from Pritchard to cut down the runner that would have tied the ball game at 2 there in the top of the 6th inning. New pitcher on the mound is Tate Scott. He was kind of 1B for East Carter this year with he and Tomalonis. Caden Shore's at third. Ty Scott's over at short. Hunter Hampton is going to go on and play second base. L.J. Murphy goes over to first. Then Kamel Smith will be in right. Braden Webb in center. Brody Boggs out in left. There's the man that started that play as Parker Trusty out of Morgan County. Austin James peeking in, saying hello. And, of course, the camera in the dugout has been a big hit on the third base side. I don't know that they've really reacted much with it over on the first base side like they had on the home team. But the Yellow Jackets, hoping this is the final time, they need their sticks. Coming up in the visiting 7th, it'll be Braden Webb, Hunter Hampton, and Eli Lind.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th, number 1, Elijah.
So Hankins, Kelly, and Russos will go here for the Yellow Jackets. Hankins 0 for 1 today, grounded out to short his first time through. 5 hits for the visitors, 3 for the home team. And the first pitch spiked in the turf there, brings Barker out of his crouch. That one's low, 2-0. Stay tuned with us after the game. We'll go through scoring and stats and wrap things up on what's been a very fun night here in Grayson. 2-0 pitch at the letters are called strike 2 and 1. Fouled into the backstop. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Elijah Hankins. The 2-2. Breaking ball, squirted foul out of play, first base side. You know, the fun thing about this game is that you look at how many people's here. They'll have the opportunity to go back home and rewatch the replay. And for some of those kids, they, again, last time of ever putting the high school jersey on, it's one of those memories they get a chance to go back and kind of relive that time of that final at bat or just playing with some of their friends, whether it be on the same team or a different team. And that's what makes this event very fun and fulfilling. Hankins in a full count. Scott's pitch misses high, ball 4. Hankins is aboard with a walk.
Next up for the Yellow Jackets, number 13, Josh Kelly.
So Boyd County's Josh Kelly's in 0 for 1, rounding out the third. Hankins with decent speed over at first base. There's a chopper over to Shore. Shore fields it. He'll go to second base. Hampton gets it, tries to turn 2. They can't get it, but they get the lead runner. 5-4 on the putout for the first out of the 6th.
Next up, number 10, Braden Roussos.
Nice play there by Caden Shore over at third. So Braden Russo steps in. He walked his first time through. 2-1 our score. The home team in front of the Pritchard Yellow Jackets. 2-0. Austin James out of Fleming County in the on-deck circle will go next. Scott from the belt, runner going. Pitch high, throw down to second base is going to go into center field. And as Kelly gets up, he face plants. Couldn't find the footing. Here's a look at it on your replay. Wide throw, he tries to jump up, and it is, no, too many pellets there at the bag. 3-0 pitch, downstairs ball 4. So Russo's aboard with a walk. His second walk of the ball game.
Austin James.
And now Austin James steps in. 2 on with 1 out. Caleb Gray goes to the on-deck circle. Will go next. Great opportunity here for the Yellow Jackets to add to their lead. The 1-0. Downstairs 2-0. Big thanks to our umpires tonight, Bradley Cherry and Garrett Kitchen, for volunteering their time here tonight to call balls and strikes and outs in the field. 2-0 from Scott. Fouled away at the plate. Kelly out at second. Russos over at first. One down here in the home 6th in a 2-1 affair in the 2024 edition of the 16th Region Baseball All-Star Game. 2-1. Up and in, 3-1. We'll have the meat of the order coming through for the Tigers in the 7th. Scott struggling to find the strike zone.
Caleb Gray
has loaded the bases here with 1 out, and Caleb Gray now to the plate. So James walks for the second time of the ball game, and now Gray 0 for 1, grounded into a fielder's choice. There's a fastball right down Broadway for a called strike. Cohen Underwood stands in the on-deck circle, would go next. 1-1. Some insurance runs on the base paths. The pillow's covered all the way around. 1-1 pitch out to Hampton with a snag out at second base. Cannot get the double play, but that's a big out because that's 2 down in the inning.
Next up, number 4, Cohen Underwood.
So now Cohen Underwood steps in. Flew out to right his first time. Foul tip at the plate off of our home plate umpire. I think that got the throat guard. So count evens at 1-1. There's a look at it on your instant replay. That's right on the throat guard there. He says he's good to go, and that's a guy that spent all of his life behind the plate, both as catchers and umpire. That's a tough place to take a ball. Bradley does a great job, though. He's been doing it for many, many years. 1-1. Up and in, 2-1. Fouled straight back to us. Two's wild across the board. Kelly at third, Russos at second, James over at first. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Greenup County's Cohen Underwood. Scott looking for a pitch to get out of the inning. Tries to go upstairs, can't get him to chase, and it's a full count. That lets everybody else get a running start on the pitch. Payoff pitch, runners off and going, and it's lifted straight back into the netting for a foul ball. Try it again. Just off the plate for ball 4, and that brings home a run, and it's 3-1 Yellow Jackets. So Underwood will pick up the RBI.
Next up, number 2, Parker Trusty.
And now Morgan County's Parker Trusty steps in. He flew out to right his first time through tonight. Swing and a miss. Red Sox have grabbed a 1-0 lead over the Rockies. Trusty's down 0-2. Bases full, 3-1 here in the 6th. The 0-2. That one got away from Scott on the way to the plate. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Cougars, Parker Trusty. Hacked foul, and Connor Robinson tried to barehand it. I think he kind of came up on it a little bit. I don't think he stayed down on the ball the way he needed to. Connor played through East Carter. He's done a remarkable job with Jeremiah. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Him and KW Sexton on the staff there with Jeremiah, and everything they've done with East Carter this year was remarkable. 2-2 swung on a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning.
After 6 complete,
the Yellow Jackets push across the run, but they lead the bases loaded. But they lead at 3-1 as we head to the visiting 7th when we return after this on Cool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Border Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Top of the 7th inning, 3-1. Pritchard's in front of Hitchens. What's Jacob trying to do getting in the camera there? What's he doing? Get him out of the camera. Tell him to go back to his job. He's fired. That tip to my great crew here tonight. They've done a phenomenal job, as always.
Leading off the top of the 7th, number 5, Brayden Webb.
New pitchers, Jay Smith out of Bath County. He'll have 3, 4, and 5 to go through here of Braden Webb, Hunter Hampton, and Eli Lind. 3-1 Pritchard in front of Hitchens. Here in the top of the 7th inning of the 16th Region All-Star Game. And the first pitch from Smith to Webb misses wide for a ball. Webb 0 for 2, 2 groundouts. That evens the count at 1-1. Pritchard with only 3 hits in the ball game. There we go. Webb stays back on that breaking ball and lifts it foul. 1-2. But a big insurance run by the Yellow Jackets there in the 6th. Played it a run in the 2nd. Hitchens answered in the 4th and then runs in the 5th and the 6th. Makes it a 3-1 contest. And don't forget we had a runner thrown out at the plate to end the inning in the top of the 6th for the Tigers. Webb ping-pongs that one off the pole. If that's the Savannah Bananas play, I think that was an out.
It is.
That pole is still ringing over there on the third base side. Smith awaits for the 1-2. Tries to come down and in and nearly hits him. Webb with that big open stance on the left side. 2-2. Tries to sneak in the breaking ball on the back door and it misses wide. It's full. The payoff pitch. He smokes that one back up the middle and into center field and a base hit. So Braden Webb picks up the 6th hit of the ball game for the Tigers, his first of the ball game.
Hunter Hampton.
And that brings the tying run to the plate, Hunter Hampton. Hampton 0 for 1 today, a ground out and a walk. Slider downstairs, and Atkins smothers it and couldn't find it. Got it at his feet. Webb going nowhere over at first base. Should the Yellow Jackets need their bats in the home half of this inning, they're in the top of the order. That was fouled straight back, and the count evens at 1-1. Smith with that closed-off stance on the rubber. Slide step with a fastball that's swung on a miss. It's 1-2. Beautiful but muggy evening here in Grayson. Webb away at first. And now time requested by Hampton at the plate. He just gave his district rival out there a little smile when he did that. They know each other well over in the 61st. Smith has the one he likes. The 1-2. It's smoked over into left, or right field, excuse me. That was going to fall in front of Underwood. Webb was going to third, and he hit there must be ice out at second base. Webb's crawling back to he doesn't want to turn around. I think it's because he knows what he's going to get. He's going to get a face full of camera if he does. Hampton smokes this one to right. And Webb right there said, nope. Like he hit a rug and just pulled it out from underneath his feet. So now the tying run's aboard. The go-ahead run at the plate with Eli Lind, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. That was downstairs for a ball. Nobody out here in the 7th. The Hitchens Tigers trying to even things up or grab the lead here in the 7th. Got their lone run back in the 4th inning. 1-0. Nice job there by Atkins behind the dish to smother it. As the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes to the catcher for the Rams of Eli Lind. Ty Scott's in the on-deck circle will go next. Two-0 up the middle. This could be 2. And we get the lead, or the runner out at second base. Hankins was trying to get 2, and I don't know what's going on at second base, but it is like a highlight film of bloopers all over the place. So 6 unassisted. Here's a look at it on your instant replay. Yeah, he was thinking running across the bag, and he just was happy to get the runner at second base. So 1 down, runners at the corners now, and Ty Scott's in. 1 for 1, a walk and a double. Big run 90 feet away that would get the run or the deficit down to 1. Big swing and a miss on the fastball. Smith from the stretch. This one's lifted skyward over to right field. Underwood camping underneath it. And that one drops in for a foul ball. We've got, by the way, we've got a runner that's come on. I just noticed, I looked up. They've got Parker Fannin that has come on to run for the catcher, Eli Lind. So they're trying to sneak in some speed over there at first base. So the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes to Ty Scott. He hit that one to the moon. And Underwood lost it in the lights. Breaky ball just off the plate, 1-2. I think that one kind of caught the catcher off guard a little bit as well. He was jumping at it. Long hold from Smith. Runner going. Scott was trying to get time and just had to slap at it and smack it foul as Fannin was off on the pitch. Fannin running for Lind over at first base represents the tying run. 1 down here in the 7th in a 3-1 ball game. Pritchard Yellow Jackets in front of the Hitchens Tigers. The 1-2. Slider downstairs. The count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Over to first base, giving a look is Jones, but he'll run out of real estate as it gets on top of the dugout for a foul ball, and the count hangs at 2-2. Good at bat here by Ty Scott. Stay tuned with us after the game. We'll break everything down and wrap things up here on what's been a fun evening in Grayson. Smith with a 2-2. Runner going. Lifted skyward. That was out of play as well. Parker Fannin has run probably about a quarter of a mile in this at-bat. It's still not at first base. Smith from the belt with a 2-2. Chopper out towards short. It will get the runner home. So 6-4 on the put out. There's 2 down.
Next up, number 23, Caden Shore.
So it makes it 3-2 Yellow Jackets in front. Tying run is on board of Ty Scott, and now Caden Shore to the plate. Shore 0 for 1, lined out to second base. Excuse me, he's 1 for 2 with a double. My mistake. Scott off and moving with the pitch, and he's in there safely. So another tying runs in scoring position as Scott's still second. If Shore can put one in play in the outfield, this game could even at 3 very easily. As at the moment, how big does that extra insurance run pay off for the Yellow Jackets there in the home 6th? And now Shore asking for time. And all of a sudden, things that's been a very laid-back game has gone into very tense moments as these two teams are squaring off, trying to come away with a victory. Smith will look back to second, the 1-0. Lifted skyward in the infield. Coming on Mokas. Fights the lights, makes the catch, and that's your ball game. The Pritchard Yellow Jackets will take the victory over the Hitchens Tigers by a final score of 3-2 here in this perfect evening for baseball at the Grayson Sports Park.
And that's
we'll
the
come
ball
back
game.
with our final
Score.
numbers and wrap
Yellow
things up
Jackets
here
3,
from the Sports
Hitchens
Park.
Tigers
Again,
2.
Pritchard 3, Hitchens 2. We continue after this on Cool TV.
I got kicked off campus, but they let me back on because my dad knew the dean.
Give me that ooey gooey, crispy, crunchy, mouth watering. Give me that meaty, treaty, zesty, bestie, garlic saucy. Give me that dippy, doughy, melty topping, pepperoncini popping. Give me that cheesy, saucy, tossy, Papa John's. Give me that foldy, pepperoni, tantalizing. Give me that choco chicky, sticky, sweetie, hypnotizing. Give me that dippy, drippy, drummy, rippy, Papa wangin'. Give me that cheesy, saucy, tossy, Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some. Now I'm talking about, yeah.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today. That's Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Other restrictions may apply.
When you shop Grayson Sporting Goods, you're supporting a great family-owned business with new owners and team sales. To celebrate, Grayson Sporting Goods has a big sale on sportswear. Get all your Little League and high school gear, including high school spirit wear. Grayson Sporting Goods also does embroidery and vinyl transfers. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 3. Check with Grayson Sporting Goods for extended seasonal hours.
Where does your money go? When you bank with us, your deposit becomes your neighbor's loan. A real estate agent sells a house. They get a commission. They deposit it with us. We use it to make an auto loan to one of our customers. Hometown people helping each other grow. That's what it's all about. First and People's Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC. We are the home office.
Players posing for the post-game photograph, and it was a fun night here all around. It was the Pritchard Yellow Jackets beating the Hitchens Tigers by a final score of 3-2. Here's how it went down. The Yellow Jackets grabbed the lead in the second inning. Hitchens evened things up in the fourth. Pritchard gets a run in the fifth, a big run in the sixth. Then a run across in the seventh inning pulled the visiting Tigers to within one, but they could not push across the winning run that they got to second base. And Pritchard prevails in this one by a final score of 3-2. Here's your final stat lines. Tate Scott goes 3 for 3. He also scored a run. Braden Webb 1 for 3 with a run scored. Hunter Hampton 1 for 2. Ty Scott 1 for 2. He drove in a run with a walk as well. Caden Shore went 1 for 3 with a double. Both Scotts and Shore with doubles in the ball game for their respective teams. For the Yellow Jackets, Jay Smith goes 1 for 1 with an RBI and a run scored. Grant Slater goes 1 for 2. Gavin Sexton 1 for 1 with an RBI. That was a double that brought home their first run of the ball game. Only 3 hits for the winners tonight, but those 3 proved to be 3 runs to get things done for the victory. Here's your final box score for Hitchens. 2 runs, 7 hits, an error. They leave 10 runners on base. For Pritchard, 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. They leave 9 runners on base. 1 hour, 58 minutes it takes us to play this one. And it was a fun night of baseball here in the heart of the Parks as the Pritchard Yellow Jackets knocks off the Hitchens Tigers by a final score of 3-2. Hat tip to my entire crew tonight. Our executive producer, Trey Collier, our technical engineer and replay analyst is Jeff Irwin, and our camera operators this evening was Felicia Collier and Jacob Hankins. Big thanks to Jeremiah Shear, Patrick Armitage, and Sammy Holder coming over, having some conversations with us here during the broadcast, as well as all of our great sponsors that jumped on board for us to bring you another All-Star game as we close out the 23-24 school year, and now time to move things over to 24-25 with soccer, volleyball, and football just around the corner. That's going to do it for our coverage here tonight. And Grayson, again, your final score in the 2024 16th Region All-Star Game. The Pritchard Yellow Jackets knock off the Hitchens Tigers by a final score of 3-2. For Jeff Irwin, Felicia Collier, Trey Collier, and Jacob Hankins, and everyone at the Cool Hit Sports Network, this is James Collier saying good night, and thanks for tuning in here with us on Cool TV.
Discover the convenience of Clark's Pump and Shop, your go-to local pit stop. Clark's proudly serves your neighborhood with new locations popping up just around the corner. Swing by today and indulge in a selection of your favorite snacks and drinks. We're committed to elevate your on-the-go taste experience. Clark's Pump and Shop is your premier destination for all things convenience and satisfaction. Stop by today at a Clark's Pump and Shop near you. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at WorkReadyKentucky.com.
Temperatures are on the rise, and so is the bite, and Border Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lou, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter what species of fish you are targeting, Borders has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders has baits in every size and style with a wide selection of tackle from Berkley, Strike King, Zoom, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Thank you for watching the 2024 16th Region Baseball All-Star Game live from Grayson Sports Park in Grayson, Kentucky on Cool TV. This broadcast of the 16th Region Baseball All-Star Game has been an exclusive sports presentation of the Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV.